Hello, welcome back to Our World Away. A common question I get asked a lot on Twitter is what's up with your whole Woody fear from Toy Story? A lot of you guys have probably seen that when I'm talking to my friends from Our World Away on Twitter, they tend to reply in Woody memes and all these really scary Woody gifs and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of them and it kind of breaks my soul. But you guys are probably thinking, what's the big deal? Why, it's just Woody from Toy Story. That's like a kid's movie. That's not scary at all. But let me tell you something, there is a reason that I do not like Woody from Toy Story anymore. So in this video, I want to explain what this whole thing is about. I want to expose my fear of Woody for all you people on the internet to hear. This isn't gonna be embarrassing at all. So it all started on a night like any other night, a few months ago. Nothing unusual happened that day, nothing weird, it was a good day. The day went on, it became night, and I became sleepy, like most days, yes. So it was finally time to hit the hay. I brushed my teeth, did all that good stuff, and hopped into bed. And then, just before I closed my eyes, for whatever reason, I just felt weird. I suddenly felt a little off, like I was forgetting something. I thought it was kind of weird that I was feeling that way, but there was nobody else in the house that night. So I figured that maybe that was it, that it was just kind of playing with my mind a little. And then I was like, whatever, I'm just being stupid, and I just went to bed. Not really a big deal. Anyways, so that night I had a dream. And I'm not really one to remember my dreams, so this is kind of a big deal for me. But this is what happened in the dream. So pretty much I was standing in a big wide field in the middle of the night, and behind me were my family, and they were all just sitting in a row watching something. And then I noticed something in front of me. In front of me were maybe 3 or 4 floating kittens. Yes, they were just floating there. I don't know why. I don't know if they were alive, they were just kind of floating there with their bodies all limp. So that was weird. I actually remember trying to pick one up and then a voice told me to put it back, so I was like, okay, here you go. I also remember there were lots of weird floating lights next to me and in the distance. I got out my phone, tried taking a picture of them, but there was nothing on the camera, it didn't come out. After this, I heard some of the members of my family from behind me talking about some movie, or I don't even know what they were talking about, but I heard their voices. It's at this point that I realized that not everyone in my family is sitting behind me. There's actually one member, my sister, missing. And then the weird stuff, weirder stuff happens. Really far in the... I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, holy crap. Really far in the distance I hear a voice, and it's my sister's voice. It was coming from the really dark horizon, and she sounded like she was in trouble. She was calling for help, and she sounded really distressed. I'm actually getting goosebumps just thinking about this story again. I remember calling to her and being like, why did you go down there? Why? And she replied in the distance saying it told her to come down there. So obviously I'm like, something is wrong, so I started running in that direction. I remember running as fast as I could and telling my parents to stay as close as they could behind me because I didn't want anything bad happening. I didn't want to lose them as well. I kept yelling to them, stay behind me, keep up with me. At that point, the dark field that I was on kind of transformed into this narrow hallway. It was a really long hallway that looked like it was inside an abandoned house or something. I kept running toward the end of the hallway where I thought my sister's voice was coming from, but every time I made it to the end of the hallway, I would open the door onto an identical hallway. So it kind of felt like it was never ending, except my sister's voice was slowly getting nearer. Then after a good amount of time, I finally reached what seemed to be the end of the hallway. There was a small room at the end of the hallway that had flickering lights. I asked my parents, are you with me? To which I didn't get any reply. So I guess they disappeared too. I was just about to enter the small room at the end of the hallway when I realized my sister's voice had vanished. She wasn't there. It seemed like there was nothing in the room except there was darkness covering a corner of the room. Ugh. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm getting goosebumps. This story kills me. I started feeling like it was a trap and something was in the room with me. Clearly something was wrong and I wasn't supposed to be in that room. And then suddenly I just woke up. I woke up in a frantic kind of state and I was like, what the heck just happened? I realized that that was a dream, but that feeling of dread and terror just didn't leave me. But that wasn't the only thing that didn't leave me. I still felt like there was a sinister presence that was watching me in my room that I woke up in. I could tell it was coming from the corner of my room, just like in that dream. So I looked over into the corner of my room and this might seem funny now, but I swear at the time it felt like there was a weird presence coming from exactly where my Woody doll was sitting on my shelf. The doll itself wasn't scary to me, but there was something off about it. I remember looking at it and not being able to move, not being able to do anything. There was something sinister in my room with me, some kind of presence that was attached to that Woody doll, where I desperately wanted to get out of my room and get away from that spot, but I just couldn't. For whatever reason, I just couldn't move. Eventually, after what felt forever, I was finally able to like sprint out of my room, like get out of my bed and just go. And I did not go back into my room for the whole day, and actually that night when I got home, I had to force myself to put the Woody doll at the very back of my plushies so I couldn't see him anymore, because I didn't want that thing anywhere near me anymore. So yeah, and that will always be known as the day that my Woody doll was possessed by some kind of evil demon or spirit. I actually kind of wish that I was making this up. And of course, as soon as I told my friends in Our World Away about it, they just made a joke of it. Every frickin' Twitter response, Woody. Jaden, Johnny, and Alex have all done tweets about it, and Kyle has even made a little movie trailer for it. Here, look at it. Thanks a lot, Kyle. I understand how stupid it sounds, seriously, I get it. But this is a true story, and when it was happening, it really kind of shook me up. And I'm not gonna lie, telling this story kind of gives me the shivers. But if you must, leave a comment down below telling me how much of a scaredy cat I am, because it's just Woody from Toy Story, right? If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like and check out my channel where I upload lots of music related stuff like covers, anime covers, stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for the support on Our World Away, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye! Okay, so here's the scene where I actually have to get Woody out from where I like stuffed him back there. You can see here his boot. You can see his boot is just like hanging out there, so I know that he's still there. And yeah, here we go. So, alright. Yep. There he... Holy shit! Someone knocked on the door. Oh my god. Okay, so that was awesome timing. Alrighty, here he is. Okay, yep. There he is. There's good old Woody. Oh my god. Look at his face. Oh, this is... Okay, here we go. Alright.